Thank you for joining us here on Republic TV. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last few days here on Republic TV, we've been getting you pictures of Pakistani army, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Zakir Naik. All three of them are either in Bangladesh or going to Bangladesh soon, and we're getting in more pictures of the Pakistan general, the top general who's in Dhaka meeting the Bangladesh army. We have the full details. Here are the headlines. Mahagathbandhan releases its manifesto, says will end the Waqf bill if they come to power. India's enemies converge. Pakistan Army General meeting Muhammad Yunus and then the Bangladeshi army at a time when the Lashkar-e-Taiba Hafiz Saeed aide is also in Bangladesh. Republic exposes the Pakistan ISI-backed fake news campaign against India as a full-blown AI-driven disinformation campaign begins from Pakistani soil, targeting the Indian Army and also Republic. And inside details of why the Pakistan-Afghanistan talks failed. Details breaking on Republic this evening. And on top of the 7 p.m. This is exclusive show, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting you pictures, and we are starting with the pictures of the top Pakistani military leadership, which is in Bangladesh. Now, we've been reporting about General Shamshad Mirza. Now, he's a Pakistani general and also chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee in Pakistan, and he's on a visit to Bangladesh. There were reports that he would be visiting the Siliguri corridor or the Chicken's Neck. We're getting in details now and pictures of a key meeting that he has now held along with another top general of the Bangladeshi army. The key meeting has taken place in Dhaka today, where General Shamshad Mirza, the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff Committee in Pakistan, has made a courtesy call on to Principal Staff Officer of the Armed Forces Division, Lieutenant General Kamrul Hassan. And this meeting took place in the Dhaka cantonment. There are more pictures coming in, pictures of meeting between the two countries once again. Now, during the meeting, they reported to have discussed various areas of mutual relations, defense cooperation between two countries. And this visit, Bangladesh Armed Forces says, is to further strengthen existing defense cooperation, bilateral relations between the two countries. And let's also show you why this story is important to India. Ladies and gentlemen, on your screen right now, that is Hafiz Saeed's aide. He's a radical preacher who will be visiting 3 locations in Bangladesh. And those are pictures that you're seeing on your screen right now. And he's also in Bangladesh, by the way, and he will be visiting the border areas. That's Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hafiz Saeed, aide, and a radical preacher. And in this picture, that's Pakistan Joint Chief of Staff who presented a distorted map to provoke India. This meeting took place over the weekend. Let's show you why this development is critical at this point of time when India is holding different exercises along its borders. As Zakir Naik, the radical preacher, will also be in Bangladesh. He's been accorded a red carpet welcome, and that meeting is finalized. And these are details coming in right now. And that is why this is extremely important. Let me go across to Major General Dhruv Katoch joining us on the broadcast this evening. As we look at these pictures, we're also getting in a picture right now of the Pakistani Joint Chief of Staff meeting the Bangladesh Army Chief now. And when you look at the sequence of events, General Dhruv Katoch, you have this Pakistani Army Chief who's met Yunus, that provocation with the picture. Lashkar-e-Toiba and Hafiz Saeed's aides are also in Bangladesh. Zakir Naik is coming to Bangladesh. How do you read the developments, sir?
Thank you, Niranjan. Niranjan, I've got absolutely no doubt these are deliberate attempts being done by Bangladesh, as an anti-India measure within their country. Now, the motivations are many. But one of the prime motivations, which I think is they want to whip up this anti-India sentiment within Bangladesh, and because elections are going to be held within 3 to 4 months from now, it'll be an excuse for them to actually postpone those elections so that Yunus can continue staying as the head of the government. If elections are held, he has got absolutely no chance to stay in power. That is one. Number two, what has happened ever since Yunus has come in is that the Islamist agenda within Bangladesh has really picked up to a very large extent. And it is this Islamist agenda which is playing out. However, again, if elections are held, it is unlikely that the Jamaat can win. The Jamaat it has become reasonably strong after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, but it is still weak, and it doesn't have the capacity to win the elections. I think they are trying to create disturbances. They are trying to create a hysteria within Bangladesh and an anti-India sentiment. That is true. Number three, I'm not very sure, at least I won't be surprised if there are external powers also involved. Pakistan, I know, is involved. Pakistan is having enough problems on its own borders, and it now wants to fuel discontent within India. It is finding it extremely difficult to do on the western border, so it is shifting the flank onto Bangladesh. That is one. Number two, I think when I'm looking at the complete geopolitical picture, I think the Chinese will be very comfortable with Bangladeshis needling India on the eastern front. And I won't be surprised if they will have I won't say it has been backed by the West, but the best, as far as the way I look at it is the US and the West will turn a blind eye to it. They really won't mind what is happening there if they see certain disturbances taking place here. It is all designed to ensure that India remains subservient to Western interests. And they will use whatever tools they can. They have tried to use oil. They will use Bangladesh. They will use whatever tools they can. So I think there are multiple things which are playing on as far as Bangladesh is concerned. But what the gift which he gave to General Mirza when he gave that book, the Art of Triumph is the name of the book, and the map, it is a sort of a distorted map which they have shown there, but very, very clearly it is provocative. Muhammad Yunus knew very well that this is going to create problems, and he has still gone ahead and done it and given it to a Pakistani general. There's one last point I want to give. The way Bangladesh has Islamized in the last few years. I remember that in 1971, when Niazi came, I think it was the month of first week of April or sometime like that, when he took over power. In his very first meeting, he told his generals that time, "Unki nasal badal kar do." He gave sanction to rape. And I think what has really happened now is over 5 decades have gone by, half a century has gone by. वो जो नस्ल बदली करने की बात कर रहा था, कई लोगों की नस्ल जो है वो बदल चुके हैं ये. It is no longer the Bengali culture which is prevailing in Bangladesh. It is a hardcore radical Islamist culture. And I think the local population is unable to fight it, or they're too scared to fight it. There are serious problems which are going on in Bangladesh, and they have very serious security concerns as far as India is concerned. Niranjan.
Thank you for that, Major General Dhruv Katoch, for joining us. This is a very critical development, or should I say, series of developments that have taken place in Bangladesh, and we're keeping a close watch here on Republic TV. Let's move on now. And ladies and gentlemen, for several years now, Republic has been fighting the Pakistan disinformation campaign. And we will show you why this is important at a time like this. Republic has exposed Pakistan's fake news factory over the years. Pakistan ISI-backed fake news campaign against India over the years. And today we expose their latest weapon, which is a full-blown AI-driven disinformation campaign targeting the Indian Army and the Republic Media Network. Now, last week, as the Republic Media Network hosted the Forces First conclave, Pakistan's ISI launched a coordinated fake news offensive, pushing AI-generated videos of Deputy Chief of Army Staff Strategy and DGMO, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, through bot networks, through fake handles, all based in Pakistan. And these videos were fabricated and algorithmically amplified from Pakistan. An attempt was made to distort facts, discredit India's military leadership, and they have failed completely because everyone has seen through it. And Republic's investigation has also exposed this campaign from bot farms in Lahore to coordinated hashtags in Rawalpindi, all aimed at undermining India's institutions. Now, the timing is no accident. Just as India asserts its military might along the borders through strategic drills, Pakistan is seeking to upset the apple cart through deceit and fakery. But Republic stands firm. We've caught the fakes, tracked the bots, and called out the lies. Here's what Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai actually said, the real video, original video. And just to give you an idea about the hybrid warfare that Pakistan is trying to indulge in, and in this battle of truth versus fakery, Republic will stand with the facts.
Now, I don't know how many of you, you've been sitting here for the better part of the day, have had occasion to listen to the Pakistan Army Chief's address today, earlier today, I think, at the Pakistan Military Academy at Kabul. And he's yet again spoken about this. And, in the tone that he normally does, and, he's warned India that there is no space for war when two countries such as India and Pakistan are involved. Now, the very fact that he and the Academy in Pakistan repeatedly speak about this aspect suggests to me that we've, for once, been able to call the bluff. And therefore, there is definitely concern on the other side as far as this matter is concerned.
Now, that is the message which has rattled Pakistan, because we called Pakistan's bluff. Now, let us show you instances in the last 8 to 9 years when Pakistan has tried it. It's not the first time. Now, they've tried it this year, of course, when they tried to target the Forces First speech. Now, let's show you the other instances. Continue, please. Yeah, in May 2017, it was Republic that exposed Pakistan's fakery on Indian posts. They claimed that they had targeted Indian posts. That time, we had put out the real post, and they put out another fake post when they claimed attacking an Indian submarine. That was in October 2021, when Republic called out that fake news. And this was in October 2017, when Republic had exposed Pakistan's bluff, when they had used, the Pakistan Army officially had used a picture of the Berlin War. From Berlin, a picture was passed off as one from 1947. They picked out a picture from the Berlin crisis and passed it off as a picture from 1947. And in 2019, once again, in March 2019, Pakistan ISI doctored a Republic clip, and they tried to spread fake news, claiming mutiny. And even that time, it was Republic that was targeted by the Pakistan ISI, and we had called it out, showing how it was fake. Pakistan ISI had doctored a clip. And that is why it is important for viewers to understand how we must fight the Pakistan fakery. And on This Is Exclusive, we're getting you exclusive inside details of what really happened between Pakistan and Afghanistan in Istanbul. We're getting in breaking news now also of why the talks collapsed between Pakistan and Afghanistan, which has now created complete chaos on the ceasefire situation. We have the inside story and full details on Republic this evening on This Is Exclusive as we get you who represented Pakistan. Let's tell you that the Pakistan side, a Pakistan ISI officer was sent. A Pakistan ISI officer was sent to represent Pakistan, and his name also being revealed. General Shahab Islam, the head of the ISI Directorate S, accompanied by other officers from the Ministry of Defense and the military intelligence in Pakistan. And the Afghanistan side has said that the Pakistan side was not keen on resolving issues. They kept deliberately stalling, disrespecting the Afghan delegation, saying that even the Qatari and the Turkish delegations were surprised by the tone of Pakistan in these talks. And for the negotiations, Pakistan had sent a delegation which composed of military personnel from the ISI and the Ministry of Defense, who intentionally created confusion and tried to hinder the resolution of problems through political dialogue. This is what Afghanistan media is reporting, and inside details also coming in of why the regime has kept the identity of its team secret. The Pakistan side has been very secretive about who went to Istanbul, and their names were not disclosed. But now we are picking up some details of who went and sabotaged the talks there. General Shahab Islam, head of ISI Directorate S, accompanied by other officers from the Ministry of Defense, military intelligence, and the Pakistan military regime has so far tried to keep the identity of its negotiating team hidden from the public and also its own people. Let me go across to Gursimran to get in some details of what happened. Hashmat, my colleague, also sent us a report from Kabul. We have a report on why the talks failed and those details coming in from Kabul. We're getting you those details as well. Hashmat was reporting on the talks through the day, and he's sharing us the inside details of how these talks collapsed.
Pakistan side left the talk table in Turkey, and they didn't promise that they will be act against ISIS in Pakistan, and also they said that they will be target TTP in Afghanistan. That's the time that the Taliban official said many times that there is no TTP leader in Afghanistan, all there, and KPK and Duran line. But Pakistan said that they will target any place in Afghanistan. The reaction of Taliban is this, that if Pakistan again target Afghanistan, Taliban will be target many cities of Pakistan and Islamabad. As you know, there is no TTP in Afghanistan, and we saw many times that Pakistan army targeted civilians in Kabul city, and also they target some local cricket team in the Paktika, and there were no like armies and weaponed people, that they targeted civilians.
And those were the details of the talks that took place. And one of the key points of the Afghani delegation has been on how comments were made by the Pakistani side, threatening Afghanistan almost. That's the tone that they had taken throughout this episode. Gursimran is joining us with more details. Gursimran, what happens to the ceasefire? Does it now end?
See, technically, if we speak, there have been efforts that are still being made by Turkey as well as by the friend of Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, as well as the Qatar. They are trying to actually extend this ceasefire, because if we go by the situation that is developed after this meeting, it is clearly means that there is an end of the ceasefire. But there have been attempts that are being made, especially by Qatar and Istanbul, that there needs to be an immediate extension in the ceasefire, and that's why they are trying to bring both the sides back to the table. But but Afghanistan has alleged that the conduct of the Pakistan is not in favor of any fruitful conclusion. Pakistan is trying to divert from the core issues when it comes to especially stopping any aggression, the further aggression on the soil of Afghanistan by Pakistan, because what we have seen in Kabul is one of the key points that Afghanistan has been keeping as their demand time and again, that there will be no violation of the sovereignty of Afghanistan by Pakistan. But Pakistan has never in the last two talks come to that very point, and they have been reiterating that first Afghanistan should sign this agreement that says that their land will not be used against Pakistan, especially with regards to Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, which time and again Afghanistan leadership has denied that it is being operated from their land. And so was very clearly visible from the video of Noor Wali that was released from the mountains of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa itself, that is under the control of Pakistan. So Pakistan, when it is failing in their internal front, they are trying to put the onus on Afghanistan side. But Afghans are also very clear that first Pakistan will agree that they will not be touching the sovereignty of Afghanistan. Only then these talks will move forward. Otherwise, it will be the similar situation that we have seen a couple of weeks ago when a week-long war has pushed Pakistan into shambles.
Thank you for that, Gursimran. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. We are keeping a close track on the situation there. That's it on this edition of This Is Exclusive. The debate with Arnab coming up at 8 p.m. Thanks for watching.